Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we will do a fun math word problem. It will be related to functions. So, what is the word problem? Here's the word problem. A subway ride is $2.25 per ride. So, there will be two parts we will need to answer. The first part is where we want to write a model for the cost denoted as C in dollars. For X rides on the subway. So, the word model, in other words, is a function. Now, the part where it says X rides. This tells us we can label our independent variable as X for the number of rides. Our cost function will be labeled C. So, remember, a function will depend on our independent variable. In our case, it will be X rides. So, we will begin writing our model or function like this. C is used to label our function, and inside the parentheses is our input, which is X. This is because X is the number of rides. Now, we know each ride is $2.25. So, the word per means to multiply. So, it will look like this. That is our model that matches with our word problem. So, the cost function is C of X equals 2.25 times X. That will answer our first part. Now, the second part. The second part. A person who is a commuter can purchase an unlimited ride MetroCard for $89 a month. How many rides are required for a commuter to save money by using the MetroCard? So, the question basically means that suppose I use the subway just a few times. It does not make sense to buy a MetroCard. But if I use the subway very frequently, should I continue to pay for each ride? Or should I use the MetroCard and save money? So, we want to see how many rides per month we need to have before we think it would be a better deal to use the card. So, we will use our cost function from part 1. Go ahead and copy the function and write it below the second part of the problem. Now, see that $89 a month part in the problem. That's the only number that we have in the part of the problem. Now, oftentimes students will replace X with 89. Do not do that. Remember that X represents the number of rides, not money. C here represents the function itself, and so, it represents the cost. So, we will replace C of x with 89. We are trying to solve for x. Because remember the question asks, how many rides? Now, we will go ahead and solve to find what x is. So, we will divide both sides by 2.25. Now, 89 divided by 2.25 is 39.5555. Now, most students will circle it as their answer. Do not do that. Recall the problem says, how many rides? So, you will have to visualize this. Can you have half of a ride? No, you can't. The number of rides has to be a whole number. 1 ride, 2 rides, 3 rides, and so on. Never will you have 1.5 rides. So, we will round up to 40. Now, should I leave it like this? No. 40 what? Remember this is a word problem. So, it asks how many rides. So, this tells us x is the number of rides. So, we will add the word rides to our answer. And that is our answer. It is important that when you have a word problem, add units. Because if you leave 40 there without adding units, 40 what? 40 cats? 40 dogs? 40 shoes? 40 houses? 40 cars? So, it is important to add units, which is rides in this case. So, that's our first word problem for algebra. Thank you for watching me. Please subscribe if you haven't. Click on the bell to be notified when the next video is posted. See you in the next video. Bye.